Hey everybody, Dangler here from Fresh Bait Friday. And as you know on the show, I'm trying to help you guys with helpful tips and information about the local area, from fishing to the wildlife. And obviously with summer coming up, I thought it'd be pretty important to maybe find out some really helpful safety tips for coming out to the beach and enjoying a good time. So I stopped by to speak with Captain Harv here, and he is the captain of the Sarasota County Beach Patrol. And we're gonna go to him for some safety tips and helpful information. Hey, Captain Harv, thanks for coming on the show.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, thank you very much.
Well, the first thing you should do when you come to the beach where there's a lifeguard is check the tower to see which flag they're flying for the swimming condition. We have the green, yellow, red flags, and they all indicate a condition of the water. So when we talk about rip currents are probably the most dangerous condition we encounter here on the west coast of Florida. And this is when you have high winds and a sizable surf. And what happens is the water needs a runoff area. So instead of just dispersing onto the beach or the sand, it finds a river or a current where it runs out to the ocean, where it runs out to sea.
So as it's kind of coming in, it's being sucked out through that one channel? And is that what it's talking about when it says, you know, to swim out with it? Is because it's getting pulled directly out?
Right, yeah, you want to swim with the current, the rip current, because if you try to fight it, it's a losing battle. You just get fatigued and ultimately, you know, something worse can happen. So just go with the flow, as they say, go with the rip current. It's going to dissipate or weaken after about maybe 25, 50 yards. And you can feel it, then you can just swim parallel to the shoreline and then come into the shore where there's no rip current. Again, rip currents only form in certain areas. They're usually not too wide, maybe 20 yards.
Could it be something that you could be there all of a sudden 1 minute swim into the wrong area and just be sucked
absolutely.
out? Because, you know, when you hear about it, you think, oh, I'll see this big rip current coming. But from what I understand, it can kind of catch you off guard and surprise.
Yes, if you're not aware, first of all, that's why we want you to check with the lifeguard on hand, see what flag they're flying. They're flying
so
a
what
red.
Do the colors represent? What are the three
Green
colors?
is okay.
Green's okay.
Yellow's use caution. Mild surf or a pretty good shore break, which can knock people over. Red is danger. And
so
then
if we see red, we definitely need to be cautious. Something's going on.
Just focusing on water would be high surf, dangerous surf, rip currents. And if the guard's flying red or double red, which is no swimming, but if they're flying red, which is dangerous swimming conditions, they'll usually indicate what the problem is. Currents, you know, the guards will
you'll know
post
what's
signs.
going on.
Yes.
So one of the biggest questions is jellyfish, stingrays. You know, everybody's aware that they're here. I've talked about them on the show before. What do we do if we encounter, if I say I run into a jellyfish and I get one on me and it's, you know, what do I do?
Okay, again, the guards will be flying a flag that indicates dangerous marine life, usually jellyfish or stingrays, and that flag will be purple. So let's talk about jellyfish. They're the least serious of the two. And these cause a mild stinging, burning sensation on the skin.
All right.
A jellyfish, you know, a jellyfish is a docile creature, but when it lands on something, it thinks you're a fish, and it uses its tentacles, which have nematocytes on them, little barbs.
Wow, I didn't know
that. And they like little harpoons, and they are activated and shoot into your skin, and this causes anywhere from burning, mild sensation of burning, itching, to more severe conditions.
If you're allergic, maybe?
Again, if you're, anytime you have allergic reaction or anaphylaxis, that's an extremely could be a life-threatening condition. But most of the time with jellyfish, it's just a mild burning, stinging sensation. And what you want to do, take sand and rub sand on your skin.
Is that dry or wet sand?
No, that's wet sand. To dislodge the cells that are the stinging cells that are still on your skin, and then take seawater, not fresh water.
All right.
And douse it with seawater.
Okay, so we're scrubbing it down with wet sand and then washing that off.
Right, and then the lifeguards always have a bottle of vinegar, and just household vinegar, a spray bottle, and we douse that or spray the affected area with the household vinegar. It kind of neutralizes the cells from firing those little harpoons on your skin.
Nice. So it might be a, if we're going to the beach a lot, maybe to have a little squirt bottle with some vinegar
Probably
and water
not
in
a
it.
bad idea. Again, if there's jellyfish in the area, and these things come and go, there's really pattern or season for them, but if there are jellyfish in the area, the lifeguards will have the purple flag flying.
All right.
And household vinegar would be your remedy to take care of the jellyfish.
Okay, and so what other kind of marine life could we run into out here? Obviously we have jellyfish, and you were mentioning something.
Well, the stingrays are the most serious. I'll talk about the stingrays.
Okay.
Stingrays are a serious situation, and that's when you're usually walking into the water right around the shoreline and you inadvertently step on a stingray that's burrowed in the sand, and it reacts by throwing its tail up. And this tail has a barb on it, which is a real formidable kind of weapon. So when you say I got stung by a stingray, it's more like you got stabbed by a stingray. Bees sting.
Way. I didn't know
Stingrays
it was that
have
long.
this. And they use this to, again, for feeding purposes and defensive purposes. Again, the stingray isn't out to harm you.
Okay.
It's stepped on, so it's just a natural reaction. And usually the injury occurs in your ankle or foot. And this can be quite serious.
You definitely need to
Absolutely.
get some help or go to the lifeguard stand immediately.
Absolutely, because the patient, the victim's going to be in severe pain. And when you get hit by a stingray, your day at the beach is coming to a fast end.
Okay.
And the only treatment or remedy for this is hot water.
Really?
And that is, we get a bucket of hot water and you have put your foot in there or the affected area, and almost instantaneously the heat dissipates or neutralizes that pain from the venom.
Really?
And this is the only treatment. I mean, we recommend, our patrons who got hit by a stingray to go to the walk-in clinic or the hospital, make sure they have tetanus shot and make sure there's no more debris in the wound site. But even at the hospital, that's the treatment. Hot water.
Really? Hot water?
Yeah, as hot as you can stand it. Of course, you don't want to be too hot where it will burn the...
Scolding yourself.
Scald the individual, but...
Wow.
And you can almost... It's amazing how that's almost like instant relief, because this is very, very painful. I mean, I've seen stingray wounds that bring grown men to tears.
Really?
And are crying like a baby. And again, important thing to do when you arrive at the beach, always check the lifeguard and see what flag they're flying, because if there are stingrays or jellyfish in the area, it will be denoted by flying the purple flag, and there's usually a sign specifying what the critter is causing the problems.
Well, what other kind of critters? Since you're talking about critters, we talked about jellyfish, we talked about stingrays.
Those are the two big ones.
Those are the ones to look out for.
Stingrays and jellyfish, yep.
Okay, any other safety tips you can think
yes,
of?
Yes, and I'm leaving probably the best for last, but that's lightning.
Okay.
And I know this only occurs primarily in the summer months, but it's very extremely dangerous, and it's kind of, misunderstood, because we have tourists and usually they're from areas that don't experience the kind of lightning we have in Florida. But lightning is very, very serious and dangerous, and when we see an approaching thunderstorm that has lightning, we will close the beach and ask people to vacate the beach. And this storm could be miles away. We have handheld detectors which help us determine the distance the storm is from them. Okay. And we just use common sense and dead reckoning. We have this flash to bang thing where you can see how close the storm is. And that is when you see the flash, start counting.
Okay. 1
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. When you hear the thunder, take that number and divide it by 5.
Okay.
And that will give you the approximate distance that the lightning is from you. Usually in the afternoon, you'll see the thunderstorm starting to develop, and around 2, 3, 4 o'clock, you'll have to clear the beach. And a lot of times it's only for an hour.
Okay.
Sometimes longer, depending on the severity of the storm. Usually not a long time, but we ask people to leave the beach area in an open area, go into their cars.
All right.
If that's the preferred shelter, if they can sit in their cars.
Okay.
Being under a shelter like we have at the beach will give you some degree of safety, but it's not totally safe from lightning. So, lightning is one of our biggest concerns, and we take it very seriously. And I know it puts people in an inconvenience and discomforts their day at the beach, but it's for their safety, and that's why we have to.
Well, it sounds like paying attention to the flags and asking the lifeguards, and using a little common sense and being aware of what's going on is probably your best bet.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yep.
Captain Harv, thank you so much for taking the
My
time
pleasure,
to share
Dan.
your tips.
My pleasure.
Hey, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
It's called shit.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Greenies. We're on location here, right off of Casey Key on the intercoastal side. And I thought Izzy and I would stop by and use the GX2, the Shakespeare Ugly Stick that Captain Van Hubbard gave us to try out. We know it catches slot-sized snook, but we want to see if it's a family-friendly pull as well. And who better than the Little Greenie right here to try it out. So we're going to try that out this week and let you know what Little Greenies think. Okay guys, so Izzy and I are going to try out the GX2, the Shakespeare that Captain Van gave us to try out for the kids. And we've got a little pompano jig here that Captain Joe's we picked up from Cook Sportland. And we're going to throw a little cut bait on there. We're going to use a little greenie and put it on here, throw it out and see what we can get. But hopefully the GX2 will turn out pretty good. So let's check it out. Fresh Bait Friday!
Fresh Bait Friday!
Alright.
I thought Fresh Bait Friday. Little Greenie!
Little
Fresh Bait
Greenies.
Friday.
That's right. You're so funny. That's stinky.
Ew.
Ooh, stinky.
Yeah.
Here, some frozen ones I have. And I'm going to put it on the hook here just to put some bait on it. Hang on this. I love it. Okay, now, let's go. Yes, now. Put your hands back on. Your hand right here. Like that. There you go. There you go. Try that. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then jerk, jerk. Real 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 jerk. Real jerk, jerk. Real jerk. Real jerk, jerk. Real jerk. Real jerk, jerk. Okay. Real. Oh, we got a fish, Izzy. We have a fish. Real jerk, jerk. Real jerk. We had one. Jerk, jerk. Real jerk. Jerk, jerk. We almost did. We almost caught a fish. Okay, let's try it again. Push this down. Like up. Don't hold so tight. Just push it. Down. Push it down. Okay. Now, I'm gonna hold this. Put one finger on the line. Okay, I'll hold it. Alright. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Good job. High five. Okay. Okay, jig. Real. Jig. Real. Okay. Real. Jig. Okay, really. Jig. Real. Jig. Real. One jig. Do it different. Real. Jig. And then two jigs. Jig. Real. Always different. Jig. Real. Jig. Okay. Real. Jig. Real. Jig. So we got a few bites today. We didn't pull anything in, but I'm teaching Izzy how to jig. So, you know, that's a little challenging for her size with the pole, but she did really well with it. And we're going to work on it again tomorrow and maybe try some shrimp and pull something in for you. How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Good.
Hello.
Can I get a dozen shrimp?
Isabella, can we have some shrimp, please?
Dozen, thank you.
Jenny, what's yours?
My name is Isabella.
What is it?
Isabella.
I love that name. That's
Izzy,
my
get back.
favorite name, Isabella. Nokomis Beach Bait Tackle.
Yeah.
Any shrimp? Yes. $3 a dozen for the regular and $4 for select. Yes, on Albee Road, we have the kayaks out front. It says kayak rentals. We're on the right-hand side. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, Isabella, what did you get today?
We got shrimp and some jig heads here.
Who was I talking to? Somebody called and wanted to know if we had any shrimp today. So I said, yeah, we do. Look at those, Isabella.
Look at that.
Woohoo.
Woo!
That's the receipt. That way you'll know if you need to bring anything back. Now, shrimp don't work and you bring them back, I'll give you your money back, okay? Yeah. Tell your daddy has to bring them back, though.
Hey, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, have a great day.
You too. Bye. Have fun.
Nokomis Beach Bait Tackle. Nokomis Beach Bait Tackle.
Hey guys, little Greenies here again. We're back at Casey Key. Yesterday, Izzy and I did a little bit of jigging, and she got down the 1-1-2 pattern. And now today we're going to try out some live shrimp, which is usually not something I do. I'm usually doing the loop. I'm usually yeah, you're excited. Little Greenie's really excited to catch some fish, so we're going to get this on that GX2 that Captain Van Huber gave to us to try out. See if the ugly stick combo can slay a fish. And we're also going to try out the popping cork that seems to be fairly popular with the youth. A lot of tourists use it as well, and beginners. Not to say you can't use it if you're well versed as well, because it does bring in a lot of fish. So let's see what we can get out here. How good do you see it? Pop it. Do you see it when it pops? Ready? Pop it. Do you see how it does? Now wait. Really? Pop it. Really? Check out our little fish. Got a little white grunt here. Over at Casey Key on some live shrimp. We were free lining. Little Izzy here, the little Greenie. Hi, slayed her first fish here. So we got a little white grunt. We'll see if we can get something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Izzy, what do you think?
A fish.
Yay.
A fish.
All right, guys, we got our second fish here. It's a little small one, but we're definitely slaying them. And we'll keep on trying. We're free lining. Instead of the popping cork, it's working better for us, and this is our second fish. What do you think, Izzy?
Good.
Whee! All right, we'll keep trying to slay them. What you doing, Izzy? You catching some fish? Oh, let's see what else. Let's get that down there some more. Hey guys, little Greenies here again. This time we stopped by the other side of Casey Key, and we're going to see if we can pull out maybe some sheep's head. Earlier we got a little white grunt, and that was our first fish together. And our second fish, we got a little mangrove snapper. So 2 fish today, not bad. There were some small shrimp we were using. We got a little bit bigger shrimp now, and we missed a big sheep's head there at the end, and maybe we can get another one, huh? You want to get a big fish or a little fish? A little fish? Are you sure you don't want to get a big fish?
No, you do.
I get a big fish, you get a little fish? All right, there you have it. Little Greenie says it. She gets a little fish, I get a big fish. All right, guys, let's see what we can do. All right, hold the shrimp. Hold it, don't let go. He's going to jump around. All right. Izzy got her first gag grouper. It's a little short on the size here, but definitely exciting because it's her first. So what do you think, Izzy?
It's awesome!
That's a cool fish, huh? Yeah, we got to put it back because it's too small, right?
No, I love it.
No, it's too small. We got to put it back, okay?
I love it.
But we have to put back small ones. Izzy? I know it's tough.
I love that popcorn.
Here, we got to unhook him and put him back until he's bigger. And then when he's bigger, we can eat him. Yeah. Okay. He already had a shrimp in his mouth. Look. He already had a shrimp in there. He already had one in there. So what do you think about the GX2 combo, Izzy?
It's great.
It's great. All right. Get to slaying him, all right?
Okay.
All right. So there you have it. Kid tested, Little Greenie approved. Thanks for watching, Little Greenies, and have a wonderful weekend. Fresh Bait Friday. Fresh Bait Friday. Fresh Bait Friday. Fresh Bait Friday. Doing the snook dance. Doing the snook dance. Dancing, 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 dancing. Doing the snook dance. Doing the snook dance. Ooh, doing the snook. Doing the snook. Doing the snook dance. Dancing, 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 dancing.
When is it over?
Doing the snook dance. Doing the snook dance.
Okay.
Dancing, dancing, dancing,
You're
dancing.
falling all over the place.
Doing the snook dance. Doing the snook dance.